Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no, it doesn't really sound like a good morning. Is it really?
Yes,
good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
That's more like it. Thank you so much for showing up today for this very important annual event. I welcome every single one of you. My name is Masachaba Ndlovu, and I have quite an ongoing relationship with the CSIR. And I've always taken very keen interest in the work that SANBio is doing. And I'd like to especially acknowledge the government of Finland for their partnership and for ensuring that we are able to continue with the work that we do here. And I'd also like to take you through some of the day's proceedings so that there's a clear understanding of what will be happening from one segment to the next segment. I will be facilitating the first part of today's sessions, and I'll also let you know which speakers you can expect for this session and the next session as well. But before we get started, I would just like to conscientize you to our social media platforms. You can find us at NEPAD SANBio on Twitter, as well as on Facebook. We are NEPAD SANBio 2018. And the hashtag for today is NEPAD SANBio. So I would absolutely encourage every single one of you in this room to keep the conversations going on Twitter. For people who there are so many people all over the world who are probably wishing at this moment that they too could be in this room. So let's get the conversations going and let's put it out there and create awareness around this event. So in this first hour, ladies and gentlemen, just before we have our tea break, we'll basically be introducing the first part of our conversations. And welcoming us first will be Dr. Jonathan, who is here to give us his welcome and remarks as well. And many of you will know that Dr. Jonathan is the SANBio Steering Committee Chair. So he's the first person that we will be hearing from, as well as a host of other speakers that I will tell you more about as the program continues. So at about 10:25, we will break for tea, and you'll have an opportunity to engage, to network, to get to know one another. I would encourage that you exchange business cards and get to know who is who in the zoo, and then we will continue with the rest of our session today. Okay, so for the plenary welcome, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask Dr. Jonathan Mufanzaita to join us, and a round of applause for him as he comes to deliver the welcome address. Thank you. I do hugs.
It's a warm hug. Thank you very much, Master Secretary. Good morning. That's not the style we do here at SANBio. Good morning.
Good morning.
That's better. Can we clap hands for ourselves for being here? Okay, thank you very much, Master of Ceremony. Congratulations to everybody here present. NEPAD, SANBio, Biofisa, and our partners, researchers, industries, students, and everybody here present. Dr. Tumelo Simete from CSIR, our hosts, we acknowledge your presence. Also, we acknowledge our key partners, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Finland, DST, member countries here represented by steering committee members, 13 countries in total, comprising of Angola, South Africa, our host, Botswana, Lesotho, Swaziland, Seychelles, Namibia, Mozambique, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's all acknowledge our presence in a positive way, that
We are here for this huge event, a huge event which is a culmination of the small steps which have happened all year around, and we are all gathered to celebrate that. But let me hasten to say that I don't want to complicate my role. My role is to ensure that I remain a facilitator. A facilitator who assures that business of the day is accomplished. That is session 1 for me. If session 1 is accomplished and accomplished well, then I've delivered on my role today as the facilitator. So session 1 focuses on the plenary welcome. If I'm done with the plenary welcome, it's done and dusted, and I'm out of here. The session 1 plenary is thus welcoming you to the annual event so that we share your rich ideas and experience. The sharing of ideas is in resonance with our focus here at SANBio, where our preoccupation is regional networking. We focus on networking, which leads to exchange of new and rich ideas, and ideas that can transform our lives, your life, the lives of people around us, the communities, in an endeavor to solve quite a lot of challenges we are facing in the environment, and thus confronting SADC as a people. I'm talking about rich ideas which are bankable, ideas which generate products and services, business and money. I think at SANBio, you hear more of words like networking. You hear words like research and development. You hear words like technology transfer or technology development. You also hear words like innovation and commercialization. When you talk of commercialization, obviously, you are taking goods and service out of the research pipeline so that you make money and deliver on your services and so on. So that's why even at 10:45, if you check your program, we have dedicated about 40 minutes for networking, and we have called it the Tea Networking Session. It shows that networking is very key for us today. Even the last item on the agenda for the day is kept by a networking event. So networking is really key for us as SANBio. It unlocks the key potential that is resident in us. So we really feel proud to be part of this gathering today. Master of Ceremony, allow me to draw some parallel using Zimbabwe as a case. I think most of you have heard our president, the new president, E.D. Mnangagwa, repeatedly announcing that Zimbabwe is open for new business. Indeed, SANBio is open for new and rich ideas that we want to take advantage of as we gather here and network and so on. So in view of this, we have carefully chosen a panel of experts to deliver on key important issues today as our panelists. The speakers are drawn from quite a range of expertise, from policy, from innovation and the like. We are drawing our speakers from NEPAD. We are drawing our speakers from SADC. We are drawing our speakers from DST. We are also drawing our speakers from our partners and so on. So who are going to speak for us today is we have got NEPAD. They'll give us their opening and welcome address. We also have Ms. Annelyn Morgan from SADC, Senior Technical Advisor, or his subordinate, Tapiwa Samanga. who is the Director of Industrial Development and Trade from the SADC Secretariat. He'll give us a welcome remark from SADC. I'm not too sure whether they are present in our midst. From DST, we also have Isavani Neika, Doctor, who is the Chief Director, International Resources. He'll give us some welcome address as well. Then our manager, SANBio, Dr. Eric Chakawia, will come in to give an introduction of program focus and outcomes and introduction of keynote speaker. His Excellency, Mr. Kari Alanko, from Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Finland, will give us a keynote address where he will focus on Finland as a global player in health and nutrition. Master of Ceremony, Madam Sir, the speakers will come in that order. So we want our speakers to come in that order. It is now my singular honor, Master Speaker, to call the first speaker to come forward and address you. I'm told there are going to be some changes, and Dr. Tumelo from CSR would come and give us his remarks. But let me hasten to say once again that while the floor is open to Dr. Tumelo, I still reserve my role as the facilitator so that you keep to your time and so on. With these remarks, thank you very much for your audience, and God bless us all. Thank you.
Good morning, colleagues. Good morning, friends, and good morning, our partners. My job here is easy today. I would like to welcome all of you to the CSR. A special welcome to His Excellency, Mr. Kari Akonko from the Finnish Embassy. I'd also like to welcome our colleagues and our partners from the Department of Science and Technology, more specifically Dr. Naika, the Chief Director for International Resources. But also this event, this program, these initiatives that we've implemented would not be possible without the support that we have from all our 13 member countries. So again, I'd like to welcome all of you. Also welcome the SANBio and the Biosciences Steering Committee members. Today we have quite a varied audience, and I'd like to welcome everyone who represents the 20 countries that are sitting here today in our midst. For us as CSR, SANBio is quite an important program. I head up a unit referred to as Biosciences here at the CSR, and our aim is to catalyze the translation of research in the life sciences space. Our work is very much guided by the South African bioeconomy strategy, which in essence charts the way for us to ensure that the R&D that we do in industrial biotechnology, agriculture biotechnology, and health biotechnology has an impact, not only in the Republic of South Africa, but across the region and across the globe. So this is one program that for us enables us to do exactly that. The team has put in place a number of programs, a number of efforts, and I want to congratulate the BioFISA team as well as the SANBio team for successfully implementing BioFISA 2. Without the hard work of this team, we would not be sitting here today. There are a number also of you who have been recipients of some of the initiatives, programs, funding, training that SANBio and BioFISA has offered over a number of years. And again, I just want to welcome you. As CSR, we are in a process at the moment where we are reflecting on our relevance, and more specifically around how do we ensure that the science that we do creates jobs? How do we ensure that what we do addresses issues of unemployment and inequality? And so you will see, as you engage with a number of us in various areas, what is topical to us and what is top of our mind is how do we support industrial development? How do we ensure that the work that we do has an impact? in growing new industries, in catalyzing those emerging industries, but also in ensuring that our corporates, our SMMEs are competitive in this space. We want to be in a position where our technologies have relevance not only in South Africa, but in the region as well as globally. So we have a concerted effort, in addition to our industrial development in the country, to ensure that we support our partners and we work together with our partners in the region. Thus, our strategy around Africa becomes very critical to what we do. The team in SANBio and Biosciences are involved in those discussions, and therefore it becomes relevant to what we do. The aim of today is quite an important one. I mean, being a scientist myself, and having an ambition of, when I was a scientist, I had an ambition that I'm going to develop a nanotech-based drug delivery system for tuberculosis. It's going to enter the market, and we will change the lives of many people. We're not successful in that, but we've learned a lot. We've developed a number of technologies. We have a number of patents. We have a number of publications. A number of us managed to get our postdocs. A number of us managed to get our PhD, master's qualifications, get international exposure. Fantastic. And yet, we don't have a product in the market. And this session in the next 2 days aims to unpack issues that are barriers to us as scientists being able to ensure that our products reach the market. So you'll see across the program, we talk about issues of funding for startups, not just R&D funding. We talk around issues of intellectual property management, data management, partnerships, collaboration, etc. So I urge you to participate in these sessions, particularly those of you who, like me, still have that vision that we are going to transform the lives of many Africans and the lives of many across the globe in ensuring that our technologies reach the market. So I welcome you all to this session where we will be having conversations, where we aim to foster partnerships, where we aim to identify opportunities, with the core objective being, how do we commercialize life science technologies? And that I'd like to welcome all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Boitumelo. And on that, I would just like to also just let you know that in tomorrow's event, event proceedings day 2, Dr. Boitumelo will be facilitating the SANBio Biz, which is quite important and will be launched at tonight's dinner session as well. And basically just continuing the work of ensuring that we try and come up with solutions and ways to support female entrepreneurs in this space. So thank you so much for a job well done. And thank you very much to Dr. Jonathan for that wonderful welcome. And I assure you, your facilitation role is secure. All right, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome to the platform, just to give us another warm welcome remark from the Department of Science and Technology. Before I do, by the way, we will not be getting welcoming remarks from SADC this morning, but I'd like to welcome Dr. Isaivani Naiker, who's the Chief Director of the International Resources at the DST. Thank you. A very warm round of applause for him, please. For her.
Thank you. It's great to see all of you here, and I would like to, again, thank you, and welcome to everyone. And I'd like to, in particular, mention the ambassador, His Honorable Ambassador, Mr. Kari Alanko from the Ministry for Foreign Affairs, Finland, the SANBio Steering Committee members, the Biosciences Steering Committee members, the members of the member countries that are here today, and the partner institutions from the region that are part of the SANBio network, and from NEPAD and SADC. I just wanted to start, and my team, Khomotso and Mapitso, who are also here, will be here with you for the rest, for the entire proceedings, have prepared some background information, which I think was quite important, and then I will go into the specifics of what DST is trying to do within this area. And we understand that it takes a whole range of players working together at the regional, at the national, at the continental level. And I will just touch on what we're doing as DST. But I would like to start with giving you this background on the relationship between the government of the Republic of South Africa and the government of the Republic of Finland, which was formalized in 2001, where both countries signed the agreement on general terms and procedures for development cooperation. The relationship has strengthened, and this was further strengthened when South Africa and Finland joined hands in supporting the Southern Africa Network for Biosciences, SANBio, as part of the new Partnership for Africa's Development Office of Science and Technology through the BioFISA program. So since I joined this program, there's been a lot of activity, specifically, for example, last year, the Innovation Summit, we had a FENBioBiz, we had a Women in Biotechnology boot camp, and I think there's been some really great energy and effort through the BioFISA project just from the time I've been there, but I know that this is an ongoing program. The BioFISA cooperation program between NEPAD and the Department of Science and Technology and the Ministry for Foreign Affairs, the Finnish Ministry for Foreign Affairs, focuses on strengthening biosciences in the Southern African region through this SANBio network. The first BioFISA agreement was signed in 2008, and as you can see, it's still going strong, and this is very important because sometimes programs have a very short lifespan, and the success has grown between the two governments, but also, I think, within the network itself, with the main objective of developing bioscience capacity in countries within the region and to bring innovative bioscience-related products to the market with a view to eradicate poverty and achieve sustainable development. And I can attest that that has been achieved specifically by what we witnessed last year at the Innovation Summit event, where various of the innovators presented their amazing solutions from within the biosciences, and one of the people that won from the overall contest was from the FENBio network, and it was really, really an amazing initiative, and to see the researchers out there presenting what they were doing. The first phase of the SANBio was very successful, and it was through the success that South Africa and Finland then committed to invest in the second phase of the BioFISA program. And the continuation of this cooperation was affirmed through the signing agreement of these two governments again in 2015. The SANBio BioFISA hosted its first annual event in February 2017, and this is the second one. And the first one was held at the Birchwood Hotel. The first event brought together members of the SANBio network from around SADC to discuss the state of innovation in health and nutrition in Southern Africa and report back to the progress of several BioFISA 2 funded collaborative projects. It also focused on key regulatory issues, including industry engagement with regulations and industry expectations of regulatory processes, and also focused on exploring opportunities in the nutrition sector. The second annual event is where we are now. Right now, I would like to touch on some of the issues that we as DST are trying to engage with in order to further facilitate this engagement, to take up this very important thing of looking at finding solutions through technology innovations. And one of the key things that we find is the need for funding. And at funding, a different stage of the value chain, from research all the way to commercialization and then further into scaling up. So my team works to leverage resources from international partners from across the world in order, and this is one of the partnerships with the Ministry of Finland in order to do that. And its very success depends on us making both within government, but also our partners realize that there is amazing investments that have been made by the public sector in R&D within the universities, within the science councils. But if that research and development sits on shelves and is not taken into the community, is not benefiting society, it's an investment that's been wasted. And therefore, this investment in looking at how we can take those innovative solutions within the biosciences in this instance, but we work across the areas from ICT to to astrophysics, as you know, with the square kilometer array, that across the scientific disciplines, but within the biosciences, it's really important that we give the opportunity, but more importantly, the resources to the relevant researchers that need to take it to the next phase. But that's not just financial resources, it's support. And what's really powerful about the relationship between the Ministry of Finland and ourselves is that the technical exchange, the knowledge that is shared between the two partners, that is then shared with the research community in order to enable them to take these solutions forward, is very powerful. So in the last week, one of the efforts that I would like to announce within the Department of Science and Technology is that we understand that within our community there's a lot of big pools of money within the IDC, within the PIC, and within government to companies for over 500 million when you want to scale up your business for big businesses. But then researchers are coming from a small base trying to develop their projects to those big businesses that are going to create jobs and then are going to create economic development. So last week, the DG of the Department of Science and Technology and the CEO of the PIC signed a memorandum, and that's the Public Investment Corporation, signed an MOU, which is going to see the launch of a project development partnership fund. So a lot of the investments that we've made through partnerships, like through SANBio and through other initiatives, were not quite yet at the commercial stage, but want to apply for those larger pools of funding to enable them to scale up. They really need funding at the project development phase. So what this funding mechanism is going to do is it's post-research and development, post-proof of concept, and it's going to be working together with the right investment analysts, with the right partners, to develop the case for taking it to scale. And this is a really important initiative, and because it's including our investment corporation, is going to be bringing the right partners and the Department of Science and Technology and the entities like TIA, CSR, etc. It's going to bring the right partnerships between the looking at what the investment case is, but also what the innovation and science case is together to make the right decisions that are going to benefit the country. So we're really excited about that. And in the next couple of months, you'll be finding more about this initiative. But on an ongoing basis, my team and I are looking at other opportunities for the research community. And just to state, it's not just for South Africa. Part of our mandate is to work for for Africa. So we look at African science and technology, obviously starting off from a national, but understanding that we can't do it alone. We need to work with our, the countries around Africa. And within the next year, while we take up both the chairpersonship of the Southern African Development Community and the BRICS chairpersonship, we have a very busy year ahead. A whole range of initiatives around science, technology, and innovation are going to be taking place, which we will alert you to. And this is going to be an important year, both for South-South cooperation, but also for African cooperation. And on an ongoing basis, our relationship with our international partners, and in this case, the Finnish government, are really important in order for us to achieve our objectives. And I thank you all, and I wish you a very great 2 days of engagement and networking. And as was mentioned before, what's really important about this kind of get-together is not just the information that's shared with you, but the networking. And I think I would also reiterate that the networking and the people that you meet and the collaborations could possibly be forming here are going to be very important. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and welcome, and goodbye.
Thank you so much, Doctor. All right, so I'd like to now call on the SANBio Network Manager, who will then call on our keynote speaker. His Excellency Ambassador Mr. Kari Alanka. And as you can see, I need a pair of glasses as well. I'm really baffled by how anyone can see from this far. All right, so now we know that needs to happen ASAP. So ladies and gentlemen, furthermore, we'll then take a tea break and then we will come back and continue our sessions. But first and foremost, could I ask, please, Dr. Eric Chakauya to come to the stage, please. Thank you.
Let me take this down. I think there's a president who said, I like it when the mic comes down. It's President Chilua, actually. Thank you very much. The Director for CSR Biosciences and our SANBio SC members and all partner institutions, academia, industry, and all protocols observed. I'm here to call upon our keynote speaker, but I thought I would also say a few words, not a lot. So I'm the network manager, so I'm employed to make sure people talk to each other. That's very surprising, but institutions talk to each other because for some reason, scientists talk to people that are in their own domain only. If you are a plant scientist, you talk to plant scientists. If you are a chemist, you talk to chemists. So with very good wisdom, they thought maybe you need people that can bring those people together because if you look at the human body, for example, there is chemistry, there is biology, there is physics. So if we don't work together, it means we can't achieve. So my second point is, one of the reasons why SANBio is excited to have a meeting like this is R&D is only one component of the many 3 science and technology facets. So you have science and technology education, which is where higher education comes in. So lecturers, they teach our students, we're products, and we're so happy. Then the science technology services. You send your samples, they get analyzed, you get your results. Then there is R&D. Of all the 3, it seems the R&D part is the one that seems not to be performing very well. Why do I say this? If you go to Checkers now, if you pick one thing that you know its history and which lab it came from, I will give you money. You go to Pick and Pay Checkers, there are products, but sometimes we cannot track them, where they came from. Elsewhere in the world, R&D directly feeds into innovation. But in our world, we still have to do more to show that besides the knowledge, there is other products that are coming from our labs. And I think a lot of people here would agree with me. So we generate a lot of knowledge, but we need to make money out of the knowledge. There's nothing bad about making money. Scientists also need to make money. So in my definition for innovation is when you use knowledge to make money. So we need to make money, guys. That's why we're talking entrepreneurship. That's what business is all about. So science, biosciences also need to make money. So in the process of making money, we need to talk to each other because you can never have enough. You will never have all the skills that you need. You never have all the people that you need. That's why we need to collaborate. And this is why the Southern Africa Network for Bioscience is there, to link the scientists that are in academia, the business people that are in the business sector, and the public sector. And to make sure public sector puts also resources, especially domestic resources, in getting the science that is very good in our labs out to make people's lives do better. So we talk of ethics. It's also we need to spread good practices on that. We need also to find models that we can use to get products out of our own universities into the market. And that's very important. And also, how do we fund these, pool resources together to make high impact research? But I will not go into that lecture because we have a keynote speaker. So I will invite on the stage the ambassador for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Finland. As you've already heard, from the DST and also from the other speakers before me, Finland partnered with the NEPAD and also with the DST to support a continental initiative, which was the African Biosciences Initiative. But they were supporting SANBio, which is only the component in Southern Africa. So we are really grateful for the contribution and the friendship between Southern Africa and Finland. We have also visited Finland. We have seen how cold and how nice it is there. We have seen how they are very good at innovation. We have even asked, how is it that you are so good with innovation? I will not tell you what the answer is, but I think the ambassador, as he gives his keynote, he might also come through that. Ambassador, I'm giving you an opportunity. You can come to stage and address the
Ladies and gentlemen, and as we say in South Africa, all protocol observed. It gives me great pleasure to present the opening remarks at 2018 SANBio BioVisa annual event with our partners. Our relationship has been built over many years of cooperation in the field of science, technology, and innovation. Also, on a personal note, I'm happy to be doing this because I'm also a scientist. I happen to be a physicist by training. Finland has supported development of NEPAD SANBio network through different programs since 2005, and support within the BioVisa program will continue until the end of 2019. To date, the BioVisa 2 program, with the support of the South African government and the Finnish government and cooperation of SANBio member states, has facilitated at least 15 joint projects totaling an investment of approximately 25 million South African rand. The key driver for this investment is to support commercialization of relevant market-related innovations which address priorities in health and nutrition in sub-Saharan countries. The primary focus of the BioVisa program is to foster multilateral regional cooperation and bridge the gap between research and commercialization, hence the theme for the SANBio annual event. As SANBio and BioVisa are focusing on health and nutrition, I would like to use this opportunity and share Finnish perspective in these sectors. I will start with health. Finland has traditionally been a highly technology-oriented country. Therefore, it is no wonder that today health technology accounts for about half of Finnish high-tech exports. Finland is one of the only 7 countries in Europe that exports more health technology than it imports. The annual exports of Finnish health technologies were more than 2 billion euro in 2016. Health technology covers subsectors such as e-health, m-health, care and rehabilitation, in vitro diagnostics and laboratory solutions, measurements, monitoring and imaging. Many leading global health technology companies have identified Finland as a health technology forerunner and have established R&D sites and centers of excellence in Finland, including GE Healthcare, Thermo Fisher Scientific, Danaher, Perkin and Elmer, and Bayer. One of the reasons behind locating in Finland for these companies has been the abundance of skilled R&D workers. Finland ranks as the top country in the world for the availability of scientists and engineers. This is based on World Economic Forum data. As Finnish health tech trade enjoys strong growth numbers, it is apt to attract investors and the future trends for investment are strongly aligned to digital health. Personalized medicine and healthcare supported by strong scientific research in these areas. Finland is poised to be the healthcare innovation hub, focusing on translation of scientific discoveries into commercial development projects. Now moving on to the nutrition sector. Finland is fast emerging as a leader in nutrition and the promotion of healthy eating, both in food innovation, digitization, and addressing the nutritional needs, not only for the Finns but for the export market. For example, traditional food oats, which has been a mainstay of Finnish nutrition for many years, has been transformed into more consumer-oriented products and have been exported to Southern Africa. Change in dietary habits and consumption of foods such as oats with low glycemic index, low GI, has significantly contributed to a lowering of cholesterol associated with coronary heart disease. The trend towards healthy eating has also provided opportunities for disruptive innovation in the form of new oats-based products aimed to entice the modern consumer, such as oat-based yogurts, creams, and ice creams, to gluten-free bread and snacks, baby food, and smoothies. In this meeting, we also have the creator of one of these oat innovations, Golden Green's pulled oats product, made from beans and oats, but with a texture more like pulled pork, which has been so phenomenally successful in Finland that supplies has had a hard time keeping up with demand. Finland has had a strong tradition of pioneering health-enhancing food and functional foods. Today, research and innovation has included the digitization of food value chain, the incorporation of the Internet of Things with the smart sensors and spectral scanning of food ingredients. Food shelf life is extended by reducing fat and sugar composition. Groundbreaking disruptive innovation in using three-dimensional printing of starch and cellulose-based materials to manufacture multi-textural food structures. Innovation, co-creation, and open innovation in the nutrition sector is continually happening in Finland with strong drivers from the private sector, which is now propelled by consumer needs and demand and the need to increase sustainably healthy food production. A significant cross-cutting objective in Finnish development cooperation is the promotion of gender equity. This was demonstrated when SANBio Biovisa 2 program delivered the first phase of the Women Bio-Entrepreneurs Association program, FemBioBiz, in 2017. The top 4 finalists of the competition participated in the Slush event in Helsinki, the largest gathering of startups and investors in Europe. During the annual event, the second season of this exciting program with 8 regional partners will be launched. Finland as a country and development partner has always placed a strong emphasis on education and innovation, and now the focus of development partnership is in supporting and promoting opportunities in the entrepreneurial ecosystem. In this vein, the government of Finland has launched the second phase of the Southern African Innovation Support Program, SICE 2, in 5 countries, including South Africa, Zambia, Namibia, Tanzania, and Botswana. The program will soon launch the Challenge Fund, which will focus on entrepreneurial support and inclusive innovation. In conclusion, the government of Finland looks forward to working with all of its partners in the SADC region and beyond in fostering development cooperation and achieving sustainable development goals. I sincerely hope that this event enables stakeholders in the SANBio network to establish fruitful and successful collaborative partnerships. Thank you very much.